Hello and welcome back to Yay Basketball, the basketball game show. Monday, October 30th, 2023. Streaming live from the Yay studio. I am your host and producer, Michael Padilla. Along with me today, I've got a guy who is so incredibly married. Back again with us. Please welcome special guest, George Savides is here.
Woo! Hey guys. Thanks for having me.
So married, it's crazy.
100% married.
As well as Justin Moore.
Hey, not married.
Nope.
As well as one good guy, father of three, Trey Dishner.
How's it going, guys? Maybe someday.
Maybe someday.
All right.
I'll
Maybe
follow in your
someday.
footsteps.
Gosh. Oh, interesting.
Thank you so much for joining us today, everybody. We do appreciate it. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, rate 5 stars, share with friends, and follow us at Yay_basketball on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram.
Add me on the ground.
Last week, we played Free Agent Frenzy and offered our souls up to the devil in Bet Your Soul, where we gave our full season predictions for every award, as well as who we think wins the 2024 NBA title. It was a hilarious episode.
It was a great time.
One of the more fun episodes we've had in a long time. So be sure to check that one out if you have not already. Also, go to yaybasketball.com for exclusive YB merch. I've got a hat here. Trey's got a mug. Justin's got a mug. George has a shirt that says Bob's Buckets on it. There it is. Better late than never. Woo! All right. Well done. Now, this is the basketball game show after all. So, Justin, before we dive into our first game of the day, bud, can we please get an update on the scoreboard and a recap of our picks from a couple weeks ago, please?
Of course you can, Michael. Now, we bet on the opening night games.
Yeah,
We did.
Trey and Bob went head to head.
we did.
Bob had the Warriors over the Suns. You had the Suns over the Warriors. And you were obviously correct, Trey. So you are now in third place with 2,500 big ones. Bob is the big loser right now with zero points. Last place.
Let's go.
Hey, Michael.
Yes.
We bet on the opening night Lakers and Nuggets game.
We did.
You had the Lakers.
Uh-huh.
I had the Nuggets.
Yes.
Beats. I'm in first place with 7,300 points because the Nuggets just murdered them. And then you're in second place, though. 3,400 big ones.
I sure am. 3,400. So just so everybody knows here, since George is joining us, a little update on our all-time guest leaderboard.
Yes.
George is sitting in, you could say second to last pretty much because there's a tie for last place. So second to last with 50 points. First place is Miles Durr with 2,400 points. So if you want to catch up, it's possible. If you get a bunch of points today and then make a good bet, all of them you could. But again, now the way it is now, those points do come back to you. So it is worth focusing on saving them if you'd like.
Yep. I'm here to play and here to win.
All right, good.
I like it.
That's a good mentality to have. All right, shall we get into our first game of the day, gentlemen?
I'm ready for it.
All right, today's first game is.
What did he say?
Talking about practice, not a game.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
That's right. It's What Did He Say? The rules for this game are very simple. I will play an audio clip of an NBA personality, player, coach, or analyst. It will be your job. I hate it when Bob's not here because I like the rhyme. George, Justin, and Trey to work as a team to guess who or what that person is talking about. Each correct guess is worth 100 points. In the event of an incorrect guess, I will receive the 100 points. 3 clips today. Are you ready to begin, team?
I am ready.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right. Who is speaking in this clip? And who is this person talking about?
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, he's a special player. Just being able to work with him, he's a special player, and for him to give it a go in overtime, it was really cool to see. I think he hit a shot or something like that. But I mean, obviously, if he's out, it's going to be a big hole to fill. And just as a group, collectively, we're just going to have to play together and just replace that.
Who's speaking in that one? Who's that person talking about?
I think I have a strong guess for who the person is.
Okay.
Who's being discussed? The overtime game, Lakers, and Lakers Kings. De'Aaron Fox is now out, so it puts that all together. So I think that De'Aaron Fox is the person being discussed.
Yes.
I'm not quite sure who that voice is discussing him.
I was trying to.
Do you think it's like a assistant coach? I don't think it sounds like Mike Brown. I think it's a player.
I think it might be a player.
I think it's a teammate.
Is
yeah.
it?
If I could think, first person that would have came to mind was. It doesn't sound like Malik Monk. He had a good game last night, but that did not sound like Malik
So
Monk.
I
Oh,
also
is it only
got
Kevin Huerter?
I got one more piece of intel. I think it's Kevin Huerter.
Kevin Huerter.
Kevin Huerter is the one that slapped the button for lighting the beam.
Lighting the beam.
Saw a
Yeah,
video
and the
of him
coach
lighting the
dressed
beam,
up like-
and he had a post game interview.
Kevin
Okay,
Huerter.
Kevin
That's
Herter
my-
talking
that's
about
my, yeah.
De'Aaron Fox. I like it.
All right, final answer.
Lock it in.
Let's see.
It's like that beam.
Keegan, to see Fox come back and get on the floor.
Keegan.
Keegan Murs.
It was
Murray.
Keegs. Nope. But he was talking about Fox. So 100 points to everyone there. The Sacramento Kings defeated the Los Angeles Lakers 132 to 127 in overtime last night after a truly gutsy performance from Kings guard De'Aaron Fox. Fox headed to the locker room late in the fourth quarter, but returned just a few plays later to lead his team to an overtime win, finishing with 37 points and 8 assists. However, Shams reported this morning that Fox did avoid any significant injury, but is still expected to miss some time. After a notably healthy season for the Kings last year, what happens to Sacramento this season without their star player? George. There we go.
Yeah. So I think that the offensive engine behind the Kings and the entire Kings offense, the engine behind them is De'Aaron Fox. There's going to be a lot of usage then now shifted to Domantas Sabonis, and I think the person that steps up, although not stepping up to the point of getting wins, is going to have to be Malik Monk. I think that the ball's going to find its way to his hands very often, but that's not necessarily going to land them a lot of wins.
I know you're rusty there, George, but just be sure you hit that mic there, buddy.
Okay.
Justin, what do you think about the Kings potentially without De'Aaron Fox?
Without De'Aaron Fox, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle. Obviously, it's not going to be, I hope not a long time for their sake and for obviously De'Aaron Fox's sake. We all like watching De'Aaron Fox play basketball. I do think, between Keegan Murray and Malik Monk stepping up, they can fill that void to an extent, but it won't be the entire same. So if they can just tread water and maybe go 500 until he gets back, then I think they're still in a really good playoff hunt. If they fall to shambles, and it's anybody's guess what happens out there in Western country. So
Yeah. Trey, what do you think?
I think if Malik Monk shows up like he did last night, and the young players like Keegan Murray shows up, Davion Mitchell, they'll be okay. But if not, they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about the most clutch player last season. That'll be a huge loss for the Kings if he's out for a minute.
Definitely. So as I kind of mentioned in the question, the Kings were very healthy last year, notably one of the healthier teams in the league, and I think that's one of the reasons that they were able to finish as the 3 seed. If Fox misses like a month, I think it's really going to affect him long term. I mean, I've referenced this a couple times, but I think the Lakers' start last season is a perfect example of, in this Western Conference, as it is currently constituted, if you get off to a rough start and you're fighting 500 for the following 2 or 3 months, it's going to haunt you in April when you're looking at the play-in and the postseason. They do not win that game last night if Fox does not come back.
Definitely not.
He hit that huge 3, had a couple fantastic passes, and just him being out there was so important to them. The whole Kings team was in foul trouble, which typically happens against the Lakers team. They lead the league in fouls called against. Sabonis fouled out, but Fox kept him from losing in regulation. They would have lost without him. So then the supporting cast, made winning plays in overtime, like you mentioned, Keegan Murray and
Fox
and
also
the crew.
fell out?
No,
That
no, he was
Sasha
close.
guy's
He
good,
had
too.
5. Yeah, he is. They've got a squad, but like I said, winning time, winning moments. You need your guy. You need your De'Aaron Fox. So I'm a little nervous because if he misses 4 to 6 weeks and they go 500, which is kind of what I would expect from a guy or from a team like this without him, maybe just a touch above 500, I would say that they might be fighting the playoff, the play-in kind of battle there for the rest of the season if that's the case. So, all right, good job, guys. On to question 2 now. Who is speaking in this clip? And who is this person talking about?
It's so hard to score in this league, and especially night in and night out, when a guy like him, who is such a pronounced scorer and has been a pronounced scorer, and teams are putting him on the top of every single scouting report, for him to do what he did scoring-wise is really, really incredibly remarkable. But we still lost by double digits.
Who's speaking in that one? And who's that person talking about? Real quick, shout out to Daniel Sutton who says, "Is the wig on basketball.com?"
It could be. I think that is one Billy Donovan talking about Zach LaVine. Put up 51 and they just got murdered either way by the Pistons. So it didn't really matter.
Yeah, that's a really good guess.
I'm with that.
Giannis also had a really good line for the Bucks, and they lost by double digits to. Who did they lose to?
The Hawks.
Yeah,
So I guess that could be that. That's a
I
fair
mean, I don't
point.
want to. I like your guess. A
Who's
lot
their
more,
coach?
actually.
The Hawks.
I was about to say Budenholzer.
No, not the
Oh, no,
Hawks.
it's,
it's the new guy.
Quinn Snyder.
Quinn Snyder.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
That's
it
the
was
Hawks
definitely
coach.
it was definitely Donovan.
Yeah.
All right. Billy D talking about Zachy L.
Billy D talking about Zach LaVine. It was right there.
Dang it.
Billy D talking about Zach LaVine.
Let's see.
It's so hard to score in this league, and especially night in and night out when a guy like him, who is such a pronounced scorer and has been a pronounced scorer, and teams are putting him on the top of every single.
Oh, it's the exact same clip you just heard. You guys were right.
I
was like, where does
when
it
is he
come in?
getting
Yeah. No, yes, that is correct. Good job. 200 points to the three of you.
Nice job, Justin.
Despite a career high 51 points from Zach LaVine on Saturday, the Chicago Bulls lost to the Detroit Pistons 118-102, thanks in large part to another huge game from second-year big man Jalen Duren. As the Bulls fade and the Pistons' young core shows flashes of its true potential, kind of off-the-wall question here, but who's more likely to make a play-in run, Detroit or Chicago?
Ooh, I think that's a really good question. I think that Chicago's future is currently in limbo. I think both DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine have talked, or there's reports of both of them talking and saying that the Bulls really, quote unquote, need to figure it out. And if you get that in the same time that the Pistons are sort of starting to click, more likely for a play-in. Oh, God. I know I just said all that, but I think it might still likely be the Bulls.
Still probably the Bulls.
Yeah.
Okay, understood. Justin, what do you think?
I'm very torn on this question. I think Zach LaVine did the Bulls a very big favor by playing so well and upping his trade value so they could trade away Zach LaVine and get pieces back and start the rebuild they so desperately need. I think the Chicago Bulls front office is too stupid to do that, though. And so I think they'll wind up being like the 10 seed, like right ahead of the Pistons. I don't see the Pistons pushing all the way up into the play-in. That's just a me thing, though. But Jalen Duren's playing great. So I got the Bulls.
I surprisingly agree with
With
your
the hair
take.
in their chinny chin chin. Like, you know what I mean?
Bulls in the plan.
Trey, what do you think?
Yeah.
I got the Pistons, and the reason being is because I think Cade Cunningham's going to have a bounce back season, play really well, and Jalen Duren, I think he's going to play consistently well. I think what Justin said, I think Zach LaVine's either going to get traded or he's going to get hurt. So I'm not big on the Bulls this season. My bet's with the Pistons.
I do want to say, I'm not big on the Bulls at all.
No, you're a big Bulls fan,
there.
Justin.
I don't want
huge
that out
Bulls
there at
fan
all.
Over here.
Yeah, I think the Pistons really might have something here.
Yeah?
You know, I would. It is way too soon. It is really early, but I think they might have a squad. Cade went off the other night, 30 points, 9 assists, was hitting threes. Jalen Duren apparently is like going to lead the league in rebounds right now. He's, you know, it's a very small sample size, but even if he's a few ticks below what he's at right now, that's still very helpful for what they're looking for.
Rookie Asar Thompson.
Yeah, Asar Thompson's
Looking
been
really
been
good.
fantastic
Double-digit
on both
rebounds
sides of the
averaging right
ball. We love Duren, we love Cade. Jaden Ivey's still kind of adjusting to Cade's return, but I believe that they'll figure that out. Meanwhile, on the Chicago side of things, there's just question marks. It just feels like there's exclusively question marks. Is LaVine going to keep that up? Are they going to try to move? Are they going to blow it up? Are they going to blah, blah, blah? Is it this? Is it that? Is it blah, blah, blah? So if I had to pick one, give me Detroit. I'll take it.
Monty Williams.
And again, I'm not saying that they'll make the playoffs. I'm not full on predicting, but if you had to give me this team or that team and ask me who's likely to make a play-in run, I would probably say Detroit. Before we move on from this one, George, do you think it's time to blow it up in Chicago?
I actually really do. I think it's been time to load in Chicago for probably the last 3 seasons. The DeMar, I love this nickname, but they're calling all 3 of them, Vooch, DeMar, and Zach LaVine, the mid-3. I don't know if
New York as well.
anybody's heard that before.
That's
I think
Bob's title for New York as well.
It's very, very true if you watch them play. You know, they're just good, not great. I know that DeRozan had a lot of flashes last year as being one of the very clutch players in the league, but and obviously there's a ton of talent with LaVine as well, but I don't think they have it. I mean, they struggled so hard just to get into the play-in and to win one game on the then eventual finals contenders. But I mean, their team is bad. They have nobody after them.
Justin, what do you think?
I mean, yeah, it's been time to blow it up. Like I said, I just don't think they're smart enough to do it. I think they have probably an issue where they have 2 number 2s on their team. So they don't have a number 1 guy that I think can win them a title. So like when you have that, you're not going to win. You're going to win some games. You're going to look good sometimes in the regular season because just a few years ago, they were a 1 seed deep into the season. They were winning a whole bunch of games.
Very true.
Yeah. And we were like, oh, yeah, the Bulls are going to be good, but they're not going to do anything because we all knew then. They're like, they're not going to win anything. So what are you doing?
Trey, sorry about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's time for them to blow it up. It's unfortunate that that's the case because when Lonzo was healthy and they got him and they were playing really well, and I thought that they had all the pieces to make the playoffs and make a run. But since he's been hurt, and I mean, this team's just kind of falling apart, and they got Patrick Williams thinking he's owed like a $200 million contract.
Yeah,
Time to blow it up.
I would say that I agree. Like you said, Justin, it was deep into the year. They were a high seed. They would look like potentially a problem. The Lonzo, Caruso, I mean, they had the pieces when we were like, ooh.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I think the Lonzo thing really kind of derailed him because he had found himself in New Orleans.
Yes.
He had finally found who he was going to be, what he was going to mean in the NBA. You can sneeze. It's all right.
Oh, sorry. I was leaning away from the mic. I just was worried about it.
And then he goes to Chicago and continues that, and then, unfortunately, just injuries. And we've talked about the heartbreaker that is Lonzo Ball's career, of course, because, man, one of those guys that you want to root for after all the drama and nonsense that he put up with in the early stages of his career, and now the injuries just kind of adds to everything.
That might have been the point. He got hurt. They should have made trade calls that day.
I mean, I think,
you don't know
I think
that
in the
then,
offseason
but, like,
this year, when they find out, he's going to miss another full season, okay, it's time. You just got to go because I don't know.
Take your medicine.
Yeah, there you go. All right, good job. 200 points to you. Let's move on to our third and final question. What is Adam Silver talking about in this clip?
And our international players, like I was talking to Luka Doncic when we were in Abu Dhabi together, and we were talking to him there about it. The international players know the concept well. There's been this tradition.
What is Adam Silver talking about there? I can play it again if you need it.
Yeah.
Well, give me a second.
So he was talking to Luka Doncic about an international players tradition.
Yeah.
Is it the in-season tournament?
It might be something like that.
Is it something like that?
No, I think.
Is it a structure of the league thing?
So at the beginning of the season, they played those games in Abu Dhabi, and then I know Luka Doncic was going to do something in his home country as well. I don't know.
It's like expansion
They're gonna have,
outreach
like,
stuff.
maybe
Yeah.
Okay. So, we're kind of maybe on the board that he's probably not talking about when Charles Barkley asked him about domestic violence in the league.
No.
He's
Yeah,
probably
I'm
not talking
talking
about
Talking
that.
about that.
Good for Chuck, though.
Good for Chuck,
It needs to be asked.
Yeah, and then I will say this. I don't know if he's talking about the whole resting players, not resting players situation. The whole don't put two people out.
How about one more time?
And our international players, like I was talking to Luka Doncic when we were in Abu Dhabi together, and we were talking to him there about it. The international players know the concept well. There's been this tradition.
Thoughts?
Maybe an in-season tournament based on like how they do different like soccer cups.
But he was talking to him in Abu Dhabi.
Maybe
But
Olympic
they just
ball.
happen to be there.
Olympic ball.
FIBA, like maybe playing for their. I don't know.
I don't think it'd be
That's
FIBA. I
Olympics
think
is
it's got to
coming
be
up.
in-season tournament or players resting.
I do not like players resting.
Yeah, so that's
I like
why
in-season
tournament stuff.
In-season
I don't
tournament.
love it. I like it.
Yeah. That's my only kind of situation.
I don't love it.
Yeah, I
Although
would
the
say- I would
courts
say-
came out today and they look good.
Or maybe
but it's
not
a-
resting for the in-season.
Maybe.
It's like something, it has to do with something that applies to international ball because they were like international when it happened and he was talking to an international player. No, let's do it. Let's do it. In-season tournament.
Okay. Final answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, final
Let's
answer.
see.
It's not great.
I want to know because explain to me because everybody asking me, and I've had a couple of conversations. What is the in-season tournament?
Let's go.
Let's go. Wow.
Well done. Yes. Good job, guys. The NBA today unveiled 30 unique courts for the new in-season tournament, and there are some striking designs among the bunch. Let's get a visual for our people here on YouTube. What's the best? What's the worst? And do you like this concept, George?
In general, I do like the idea behind changing up the courts for NBA marketing and a new structure in the middle of the season. Some of the courts, leave a little bit of head scratching or leave something to be desired. But a lot of these, I think we got a lot of positive stuff here. You know, you have like the secondary nicknames like Rip City for the for the Blazers. You have some alt designs like the different colorway for the Grizzlies. I think I like those a lot. But then you have other things like the Pelicans. Like I've never seen that neon green for the Pelicans before. Overall, a slight positive in my opinion.
Justin.
I love it. Some of these, here's the thing. I like it because it won't be every night. Right?
Yeah.
Invite us to stare at these courts all year
Yes.
long.
Very
awful.
true.
But for just these games, to make them pop on TV and they go, oh, that is an in-season tournament game because that court is nuts. Like, that's awesome. That
Yeah.
looks
Like
phenomenal.
The
Now,
viewer
they're not
sees
all
this
that,
and
but
thinks,
yeah.
oh, cool, something different, something new. These
they had to
games
do something
mean
different for
something
this.
else.
I was out on the in-season tournament when they first kind of started talking about it. I've become more and more in after they announced that it's going to be part of the regular season and all these other kinds of things. So I like this to make it something different. I do want them to also expand this into playoffs and the finals. Like I want different courts like that as well for that situation.
Do you mean that you want these to show up in the
or a
finals
design
and
like
the-
this? So like something
You
along
mean
these
new
lines.
designs, yeah.
Yeah.
Trey,
I
what
like
you got on
that.
these courts, brother?
I like it. It's something
Brother.
different. I like the jersey. Like maybe if you're wearing an alternate jersey, maybe pull that cord out for that night or something. I don't know. I like that.
I'm
but-
assuming it's a lot to put the whole court in logistically.
I mean,
No, they do it
but
every
it's
day.
I was gonna say no.
that's
that's
pretty
not
quick.
They do it in 20 minutes.
the one.
Sorry, I
like
didn't
the-
mean to shit on
the
you,
one
but
I
they
like-
do it.
no, I just didn't know.
Like that, yeah.
Okay.
The one
Like
I
what-
like the best is the bottom right. I don't know what team it is, but
That is the. It's no, it's not the Suns.
because the Suns is El Valle.
I'm sorry. that I
whoever
don't
that
know.
is on the bottom right. I like that the best.
I
The
think that
worst
is
is
a good collection.
Indies, in my opinion. Indies,
Yeah, it's
I
a little
don't like
weird,
that.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of agree with you there, Trey. So I'm a big fan of the idea. I'm on record on this show saying that if they're going to be that if the in-season tournament games are going to be regular season games, there needs to be a way that a casual NBA fan can glance at a screen at a bar and know that it's important and know that it matters.
Yep.
And will they right away? No, but they can't abandon this after 1 year. You have to keep this so that people, when they see the special courts, they know. Now, when people watch a Cleveland game, which is in the first column, second row on the left there, or a Warriors, which is top right, those are near close enough to regular courts, although they will be painted, there won't be wood grain showing through, that I still feel like it doesn't really portray what they're going for. But I love the idea. I said, get a score bug that's special, get something different. Like it's got to be able to glance at the screen and know immediately this is an important game. I'm not a huge fan of some of the designs.
Oh, that's the Sonics, I think.
Yeah, I think that
Oh,
is
so
the
the Thunder?
Thunder. Yeah.
Yes, good call.
Well, OKC has a different one, so I don't understand. Oh, it's the Spurs. I'm sorry, it's the Spurs.
It is?
I'm sorry. I thought I saw something that looked like the Space Needle, but it's actually that weird one is the Spurs.
I think that all of the red courts are going to be tough.
Yeah.
Although I did pull up this picture.
That looks
That's
cool.
Like
hard.
look at that. That looks
like that.
so sick. But here's the thing. They better be strategic about how they coordinate the jerseys with this court.
The blacks.
Because they've got to be black, but then the other team needs to be in a light color. You can't be wearing red, or like it depends
Yeah.
on the team, of course. But like I just think they
just-
have to be strategic because it will be very difficult to watch
Yes.
for a long stretch of
Yes.
time.
Black and white
Think about
jerseys.
watching those Boise State football games with the blue field,
Yeah.
bro. No shot was I watching a full game of those ever.
Everybody said the same thing when Brooklyn debuted the black court as well. Like
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yeah, I
the
remember that.
grayscale court. It looked
Yeah.
like you were watching in black and white. It's very distracting.
Yeah,
You got like 3 of those on the board right here.
My favorite
Yep.
one is the Celtics. I don't know if I'm if I'm going to get hate for that. I don't love the dark green, but I love the font in the middle. It keeps it true to what they are. But it's not something boring like just the regular Lakers logo or the Nets logo or the Heat Bulls whatever logo. It's different, but also the font right there I'm a big fan of. So
Cool.
Also, it'd be cool if like the city jerseys, they always get new versions of those. We get new versions of the courts.
Yeah, I
every
like
year.
that.
Like that's fun.
True.
You know what I mean?
I do need to go on record and say that this past week I was talking with Kyle, and we were really flaming Nike for their uniform disaster.
The city
disaster
editions.
that there's 134 different jerseys this season. That's
Wow.
just too many. 134. There's just way too many of them, and I feel as if a lot of these teams don't need that many. You get a home, you get an away, you get an alternate. That's what it should be. Like if the city edition is the alternate, then great. But I like the court thing. I like a lot of them that are going to be fun, but there are going to be some games that I'm like, golly, my eyes
York's
hurt
kinda
watching some of
trippy.
these. New York's is a little weird, and then I also think that the Suns is a little weird.
Yeah.
The purple, I'm not a huge fan of, but it'll all be okay. So good job, guys. So what do we finish that game with there, Justin?
We finished 400 to 100.
Fantastic. That is not
boys.
what I needed. Well, I mean, I'm
You're not going to lose.
I
doing
probably
fine.
have a third place. I don't want to say locked up, but
I'm gonna win this one,
comfortable
so
lead in
don't
second
worry
place
about
at
it.
least.
I believe in you,
Oh,
Trey.
and I mentioned I was supposed to mention this at the beginning of the show. Any points that George accrues for himself also go to Bob
I already did
because
it.
of his absence on the day. All right. Well, the NBA is back, so let's get some of these speed takes on wax.
There you go.
All right, everybody. If you're unfamiliar, it's speed takes. I'm gonna ask you a question. It's the first you're hearing of it.
Yeah.
We'll get it on wax.
Let's do it.
All right. Going in order. Hey, George, can the Nuggets win 70 games?
I don't think they're going to win 70 games. 70. I mean, they're good enough to win 70 games, but they're going to take the foot off the gas because they don't have to win that many. That's it.
Justin, tell me why the Nuggets will win 70 games.
But, so the question is, can they?
Yeah.
Of course they can. They're on pace to go
Can.
82-0 as of right now.
So are the Pacers and the Magic.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But of course they can win 70 games. Will they win 70 games? Probably not. Will Jokic still average a triple-double and they're going to get the first seed? They're going to win a title? Of course. Best team in the league.
Trey.
They will win 70 games because Nikola Jokic is going to have an amazing season. Jamal Murray is going to be his counterpart, and Michael Porter is going to have a bounce back season and score 20 plus a game.
70. Golly.
I don't think they win 70. I think it's possible, sure, but I agree. I don't think that I think Malone is too practical. Kyle keeps telling me Mike Malone doesn't care about, people's opinions and this and that and whatever. And he'll try different rotations and implement different stuff and blah, blah, blah. They're not gonna push for it like the Warriors did.
What if they just
in
fall
16.
into 70 games?
I don't think that's
I don't think
possible.
that's.
No.
I don't think that's possible. I don't think you can fall into
Once
a
they get
70
to
win
like
season.
five
be
above
tough.
500, they're happy to just rest guys. I mean,
Yeah.
like
I have
they're
faith in
gonna do fine in the playoffs.
George, are the Pacers legit?
Ooh, I'm gonna say yes. I think the Pacers are legit. I think that they're putting it together. I think that they have a humble yet very, very capable central ball handler in Tyrese Halliburton, and they're gonna, they're gonna put it together.
Okay. Where would you put him seating wise if you had to guess?
Oh, I would say just above play-in. I think that they're gonna actually make the legit playoffs. So 6 seed, 5 seed in the West, East.
Yeah, gotcha, Justin.
Fucking champion. That's exactly where I have these guys.
Absolutely. Good.
Yeah, it's where I kind of see him. Tyrese Halliburton's going to have a good year. Hopefully, obviously, he doesn't get injured again, and that kind of derails him. Was last year they were on pace to really go for it in the Eastern Conference, obviously. So we'll kind of see whether it pans out because I think the Eastern Conference we all probably believe is very top heavy. So outside of the top 3, like who else? I don't see him not getting to the 6.
Yeah.
A lot of
At
question
least.
marks after them.
The
after
gap
the top
between
3.
2 and 3 is a wide one. Trey, the Pacers legit?
The Pacers are definitely legit. They added some huge pieces in Bruce Brown defensively. Obi Toppin, they're number 1 in pace last season. So adding that, running gun, alley oops, all that with Benny Mac, with having
Benedict Mathurin back.
Ben Math.
tongue twister. Yeah, I think the Pacers are legit.
I'm gonna start calling him Benny Mac.
Benny Mac.
I almost said that.
Return of the Mac. I agree that they are legit, and I've been saying this for months actually. I think that I do have the Pacers in the 6th seed this season. So yes, I agree. The Pacers are legit. Are they going to make noise in the playoffs? They might take a top team to a 6 game series, but I don't expect them to make a
Yeah, I don't
conference
see it
finals run
last
like Bob did.
Real
All
quick.
right.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
Rick Carlisle. He's
a
legit.
fantastic coach.
He's legit.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
He's
regular season coach.
He's a really good regular season coach.
Coach of the year?
Seeding
Could
should be something that they can look forward to. George, after seeing him on the floor, first impressions of Victor.
Oh, he is legit. He is very, very fucking good. Oh my god. The idea that you could just stand outside the restricted area but still just not jump to dunk and then be absolutely strolling with the ball, don't even have to do the Greek freak, Euro step and just easily put it above. I mean, he can reach above everybody. Just throw the ball up and he can put it back down into the basket. It's so easy for him, and it's gonna break the game a little bit, in my opinion.
Justin.
Yeah, I'm worried about his adjustments to the NBA game. At first game, little jitters maybe, and he was in foul trouble. So I think he's going to maybe go for more blocks than he should. But he's going to get so many that I can't fault him for it. But I think it does lead to a little bit more foul trouble. I was on board. I still think he can get there, average 25 a game for his rookie season. But we'll see what happens. I think he's the real deal.
Trey.
Victor's the real deal. I was hating on him a little bit after his first preseason game or whatever where he played terrible. But no, Victor's amazing to watch. I could watch him play anybody. Doesn't matter who they're playing. It's like, oh, I'm watching Victor, because anytime he's on the court, you don't know what's going to happen. So
Yeah, it feels like we haven't even begun to scratch the surface of what he's capable of. Not even long term. I mean, this season, like we're going to see some things this year that we're really going to be like, what is going on? For those of you that haven't followed along for our fantasy league so far, our dear beloved George here drafted Victor. I think it was the 6th round, I believe.
Yeah. You guys let him slide.
he fell.
Yeah, we all let him slide.
For
I was
sure.
planning on taking him in the 6th round if it makes any difference.
Well,
We all were.
yeah.
But
I was just stupid.
and then we made a trade. George and I made a trade, so Victor's now on my team, which I'm very happy with.
and I got
so.
Giannis.
You got Giannis and Zach
Yeah, what was that
LaVine.
trade?
I gave up Victor, LeBron, or I received Victor, LeBron, and Tyler Hero. So
Yeah.
put in the comments who you think won that trade there, but at least in fantasy. So that's, Victor's going to be exciting, and the narrative is already kicking up. Victor DPOY, it's already starting. And you heard it here 2 weeks ago from both me and Bob. So
Can I just say one thing about
say
that?
it, get it.
It is very possible that he gets the DPOY because he has changed the game in a way, or I think that he has the potential to change the game in a way where he can now block. Like any shot is now
blockable. Yes.
Shots at three.
Three,
He
yes.
can block anything.
Yeah.
Any player of any other height has the shot now threatened by Victor Wembanyama. It's insane to watch him.
And I said this.
Insane.
I said this a couple weeks ago as well. I'll say it again. I'll keep saying it. It's the fact that he is an active deterrent
And steals. Yeah.
And it's not just what I said a couple weeks ago is that in the paint he's an active deterrent. No. From 15
Yes.
feet he's a deterrent.
At the elbow,
Like
at the
passing
20,
lanes, he's just.
I have one question.
One answer.
Is we just saw the Nuggets obviously dismantle the Thunder, right? And we saw Jokic basically body Chet Holmgren. And he's like, he needs to get fatter. Are we going to see a similar thing like that when he matches up with Victor and he kind of moves him around?
Time will tell.
Definitely. No, I think that.
It will happen though. He's MVP.
He's the best player in the world.
Yeah.
Of course he's going to body the 19-year-old French kid.
No,
Yeah.
I mean like to the
He
point
has like
like
100 pounds on him.
after he did that to Chet looked completely different the rest of the game. Like, I was
Well,
like, I
he
can't
would.
do
Anybody
anything.
would.
Yeah. It's
Anybody
gonna
would.
be. He's gonna have his welcome to the NBA
It's a
moments, but I
eye-opening
still
moment.
think that he is going to be enough of a deterrent, just like Michael said, that he is going to actually make coaches, who are a large part of the voters, reconsider their whole heuristic for voting. Absolutely,
That's true.
That's
the
fair.
game plan will be different.
It will be
from
different.
an offensive standpoint
Yes.
because of Victor's capabilities. So this one's not a happy one. Do the Nets win 30 games?
Ooh.
Sitting at the bottom of the Eastern Conference right now, fewest points scored in the league at the moment.
I think that the Nets. Oh gosh, I mean, I guess it behooves them to totally tank, right? They have their own pick. Yeah. You know, what? I'll say yes. Yes, they
30.
have. They can win 30 games. Well, I don't like it actually now that it comes out of my mouth,
but it's around there is what you're
yeah,
saying.
you know what? Yeah, it's definitely around there, and also it's super early in the season. They're going to win
course.
30 games.
Okay.
They're going to win 30. They're going to
Justin?
have some bright spots.
Yeah, I mean, they lost their first two. They can win 30 games. I think they can win 35 games. I don't think they can win 50 games. So, yeah, 30 games. Easy. No
Sure.
problem. No problem.
Trey.
I think they can win 30 games. Now, if Nicholas Claxton is hurt, and I don't know how long he's going to be out, I don't think he's going to be out all season. I think they can win 30 games.
Wait, can I say one more thing? I actually did this prep before the show. Their point differential has them on pace to actually win 35 games. So Justin's take is actually not too
There
bad.
you go.
there it is.
Cactus,
math, baby.
Cactus adds to the comments there. He says Cam Thomas is outstanding, though.
He is.
Which
Yeah,
is true.
very much.
And we've all kind of been keeping an eye on the Mikal Bridges pop, but I think all can probably agree that we're still waiting for it. I 30 games. I got them right around there. I don't think that they are going to be a playoff team. I don't think they will be fighting for the play-in. I think we're looking at teams like the Nets, teams like the Wizards. Not the sorry Wizards. Sorry, Justin.
They're a
Wizards.
playing team right now.
Right now, we're 2 games in.
Hey, same record as the Bucks.
George, are we going to see, is the Suns' big three going to be much like the Nets' big three, where we never actually see them play a large stretch of games together, or will it happen?
So while I will say that I'm pretty surprised that Bradley Beal's not played yet, I think that this big three is a lot less flammable than the big three of the Nets. I think that you have Devin Booker as the offensive engine. I know his foot's broke or hurt right now, but I think that because everybody agrees that he's the guy, and then Kevin Durant's still Kevin Durant, that whether or not you have Bradley Beal or not, and their personalities all are, I'd say loosely compatible, that they're not going to flame out like the Nets did. I think they're going to be fine.
I agree. They're way less toxic than the Nets' big three were.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Harden and Kyrie, holy crap.
Jesus Christ.
Justin.
So, this is a rough one because it's almost kind of the same-ish situation. New ownership, new 3 big players coming together. That didn't work out very well, and it turns out that was not a great place to be. Is the Suns going to turn out the same way? I don't know. I don't like whatever's happening in
You're
chat.
getting roasted in the comments.
Cactus just said, Justin, the Wizards are losing 100 to 60 or something right now, and it's true. It's 94 to 63 by the Suns.
Yeah, go Jalen Brown. He's on my fantasy team. You guys let him fall to me really late. But anyway, yeah, I don't know how many games they're going to play together. I will say this. The most available person on that team has been Kevin Durant. So that's good.
Yeah,
for me.
It probably won't be that way all year, but yeah. Trey, what do you think about these Suns? Are we going to see them all on the floor together consistently?
Well, I think if Bradley Beal can get back on the court, yes, I think they will play consistently, and I think that they will be better than the Durant, Harden, and Kyrie trio. So
sure,
I'm excited to see that. But yep,
I'm going to make a hot take.
Yep.
Do it.
I'm ready for it.
Knock it out.
I think that Kevin Durant is going to have a spectacular regular season.
Yep.
Devin Booker will be here in flashes, and Bradley Beal will be around. But I don't think we get more than 25 games of the 3 of them on the court in the regular season. Whether that's resting or whatever happens, injuries, actual injuries, whatever it is, I don't think we get 25 games in the regular season, and I think that haunts them in the postseason.
Fair enough.
That's my take.
I like that.
Will we? George, can Luka Magic take the Mavs to the promised land?
Oh gosh. Okay. So like, what is this? Like the 5th season that we're asking this question? I don't. What is the promised land? Playoffs?
The
playoffs and then doing better than the first round in the playoffs, like making past the first round.
Let's say a good playoff run.
I mean,
second round playoff run.
They've done it, but I think you'd argue that that was a little fluky. And I don't know if Kyrie being added to the mix takes them there. I'm gonna say no.
Justin.
Yeah, I think he definitely can. Have you seen these couple games he's put on? Like, every time he picks up a basketball and he's healthy, he can beat any team damn near by himself. Like, it is nuts. It is insane. He did it to the Phoenix Suns.
See what the Nuggets do to him.
Crazy. Well, yeah, but if they have to go against the Nuggets in the first round, then no. But if they don't have to face the Nuggets, I think they can beat any other team in a first round playoff series.
Trey?
Luka can definitely lead them to the promised land, and with Kyrie Irving, and if Derek Lively shows up, yeah, definitely.
Is that look?
Derek Lively.
Nothing against him.
No, I honestly.
But isn't it telling that that's the 3rd name you mention on the roster? Yeah. Is the rookie who's played 3 games?
Yeah, but so we're saying a playoff run, right? Not a championship.
Sure, but considering where they were last year to now, we're depending on this guy. And I'm not saying he's bad, washed, trash, whatever. No, I'm not saying any of that.
I could say a play.
But my point is that yes, Luka is incredible and Kyrie will help. But the 3rd name you mentioned was a rookie. Who's their 3rd best player?
Victor Wembanyama's a rookie.
A rookie. Grant Williams is their 3rd best player, and that's a fucking problem.
That's a problem. Yeah. And even if it's I love Luka. I'm rooting for him. I wish I had him on my fantasy team. Fucking Kyle. But
love Luka.
No. In this, I said it last year. The Mavs can't. The Mavs can't win enough games to get Luka an MVP, and even if he was an MVP, he's not going to be truly exceptional enough to get them to where they need to go. George, are the Grizzlies doomed?
100%, bro. Yeah. Talking about 3rd best players, who's the Grizzlies' current available 3rd best player?
Golly, Marcus
so what do you
Smart,
Desmond Bane, then Marcus, or Marcus Smart.
Bane, Triple J Smart.
Yeah, after Triple J. Yeah. So look at that, and then also if you think about the rest of the roster, 4 through 6, it's also pretty damn thin. I don't see it for them. I really.
Say it.
Sorry, guys. They need to tank.
Yep.
They need to have an L.
Yeah.
L stands for lost season, and they need to take all those losses and turn them into one last really good piece, and then just move forward like it didn't happen.
Justin.
Yeah, I don't see them making the playoffs. I'm out on the Grizzlies. I think they're going to be what there has to be 1, 2, 3, 5 teams don't make the play-in at least, and they're going to be one of the 5 teams in the West that doesn't do that.
Agreed.
In this West, definitely.
Yeah, they're doomed. Their star player can't stop pulling guns out. This team is
bang bang.
Zaire Williams is in the starting lineup. Yeah, yeah, this team's doomed.
I agree with George. They need to tank. There's not going to be apparently next year's draft, and I think it's mostly just because of it's by immediate comparison to this year's draft, which was notably strong. Next year's draft apparently is not going to be that way. So who knows if they're going to get a guy that's going to make immediate impact. So I'm always nervous about go tank. Because like look at the Rockets, look at the Pistons. Like they all missed out on Victor, and the Spurs did it right and ended up getting him. That's the joy of the lottery. But yeah, no, call it quits. Have an L that stands for lost season, and yeah, say we'll see you next year, Ja. Do you believe in the Pelicans sitting at the 3 seed undefeated right now?
The most basketball I've watched, I guess, every single night in a row was actually when the Pelicans were making that first seed run the last season.
Yeah.
I really actually do believe in the Pelicans. I think Zion is a physical anomaly and he's not a game breaking like Victor Wembanyama is going to be, but he's pretty damn close.
Yeah.
And then Brandon Ingram, who's currently out, but is an amazing facilitator. And when you have those three together, those three being CJ McCollum, and then their other pieces together, I do believe in them. I think that they're going to do probably mid-playoff picture. They're not going to be the upper tier of the West, but mid-playoff picture.
I hear that. Justin, thoughts on the Pels?
Yeah, I think they're not going to be one of the top 6 seeds, but they're going to be a play-in team. I'm okay with that. They might sneak into the 6, but yeah, they'll be fine. Obviously, barring obesity and injuries. Yeah.
Trey, thoughts on the Pels?
I'm big on the Pelicans, especially if Zion can stay healthy. I see them being a 7 seed.
Do you believe he will?
No.
Okay.
I think he'll get hurt. No, from what we've seen in the past, no, I don't think he'll stay healthy.
Yeah, I don't believe, because just like I was talking about the Bulls earlier, and I said, there's so many question marks. That's how it feels like with the Pelicans. Is Brandon Ingram ever gonna happen?
Right.
I feel like we've been talking about Brandon Ingram. Oh well, when it happens, when, brother, when, and like, oh well, if Zion's healthy, when. And I just think that there's enough question mark. Is CJ McCollum, I'm not going to say over the hill, but is he past his prime now? Was CJ McCollum the best version of himself in 2019 when they made that
probably
that conference finals run? Is it over now? I'm not saying it's over for him, but like he's their starting point guard. I just don't know about. I don't know.
That could be helpful.
Yeah.
If he's like a little past it, so like he can just go, I'm a little past it. You guys are better than me now. You do it.
But there's going to be times when he has to be the guy. Because Brandon Ingram's unreliable, Zion Williamson's unreliable. I just think that I don't believe in the Pelicans.
All right.
George, you nervous about the Bucks?
I think my answer would have been no until I watched all of the highlights from that Lillard game last night.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous for their defense. I'm a little nervous for Brook Lopez being over the hill. I'm a little nervous that Giannis, who's incredible, is not going to be able to stay in the game for the entire. I'm sorry, he's not going to be able to stay healthy for the entire season. I'm a little nervous that Chris Middleton is going to come back and be good Chris Middleton from this last injury and surgery. I'm nervous for the Bucks.
Justin.
I mean, overall, no, but I kind of told you that Damian Lillard train's not just going to win you games like that. That's the reason the Trailblazers were always.
He won them the first game, though.
Yeah, and then he lost them the next one. So it's going to be a roller coaster. I think they're going to wind up being fine overall in the East because I just don't. The rest of the East is just not where it's at.
It's a roller coaster, yeah.
Yeah.
Trey,
I'm worried about the Bucks. Dame and Giannis don't have any chemistry, and I feel like they're heavily relying on Chris Middleton to be that player that he was before he got hurt. So, yeah.
I think they'll figure it out. But like you said, George, the defense does concern me. But also the thing that they needed a lot of the time last year was a closer. They needed a guy who can do what Lillard did in game 1. And then they get mollywopped in game 2. But out of the 2-game sample size, the what was it, 20-something point loss to the Hawks last night is a little bit more alarming than confirming the 5-point win or the 3-point win over the Sixers or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like it. I agree they don't have the chemistry yet. I think they will get there. I just think their play styles are way too potentially cohesive to not figure it out. But yeah, I'm a little nervous about the Bucks. The defense is alarming. All right, last one here. Maxi's going off. Should the Sixers accept a bucket of beans for James Harden just to get rid of him?
Nope, that would be bad asset management. I think we were talking a little about this before the pod. I really do not believe that you should sell James Harden when his value is at his lowest. Daryl Morey is really, really good at maximizing the assets that he gets, especially in the trade market, and he's going to wait until he gets something decent for James Harden, and he needs to fucking move off of him. Unfortunately, James Harden has cost him a lot of leverage with his comments out in the media, but we can move on from that.
Justin?
Yeah, I think you need to addition by subtraction. You don't keep rotten meat in with good meat. You know what I mean? Rottenness spreads. You don't keep rotten fruit with healthy fruit. That's not how it works.
One bad apple spoils the bunch.
Thank you.
Yep.
So, that's kind of how I'm looking at it. Because players talk. I'm sure all those players are friendly with James Harden. And so if he has a bad opinion of their manager, if you will, it's only going to spread. It's not going to get better, especially when you kick him off of the team or don't even allow him on the team playing. And now they're reinvestigated. It's a whole situation. I think Daryl Morey loses his whole job for this.
You think he loses his job for this?
Yeah, I think, what's his name? Left the Warriors. That's who they
Bob
hired.
Myers?
They get Bob Myers.
You think Bob Myers?
They fire Daryl Morey and they get Bob Myers, and then it turns their entire franchise around.
Did Bob Myers retire?
I don't know
he
if he
left.
retired, but
He's on TV now.
Trey, what do you think?
I think they should get rid of Harden. I think Tyrese Maxey is the guy. He's shown time and time again that he's that dude. And like you said, he doesn't get along with the owner. It seems like Harden is that guy that causes problems everywhere he goes. I wouldn't give him away for nothing, but I would get what you can. Or get something from him.
Get the first offer. If the Clippers still want to talk, allow it to happen and make it happen. Let's move off of it. Let's get it out of here. Let's get him out of here. Let's move on. Let's be done. All right, good job on speed takes, gentlemen. That means we're going to move on to our game of the day, which today is speed takes.
What?
Speed takes?
Or rapid fire trivia.
Run it back.
Justin's like,
Very straightforward game here. You will have 60 seconds to correctly answer 10 random NBA trivia questions in a rapid-fire fashion. You will each get one attempt. Each correct answer is worth 25 points. Sound good?
Yeah.
All righty.
I gotta say, this is the one section I was the most nervous about.
Since you're representing Bob, you're going to go first. No,
Cool.
you'll go.
I thought you guys do a number thing.
Yeah, you'll go first. Not this time.
Okay. Cool.
You want these questions, trust me.
Okay.
Alrighty. Are you ready to begin, G-Unit?
No, but go ahead.
Okay, well, hang on a second. I gotta put up a banner here.
Oh.
Rapid fire trivia.
Speed takes.
Speed takes.
Exactly. Don't.
Man.
Listen, I do so much on this side of the desk, all right?
do.
You're killing it.
Poor
I'm
baby.
proud of
Just
you.
relax. I'm actually doing okay this time.
Yeah.
Not as many blunders as last week or last time. All right, rapid fire trivia.
Okay.
George,
Okay.
60-ish seconds on the clock. Are you ready to begin?
Yep.
Begin. Who holds the record for most career playoff points?
LeBron James.
What number does Kevin Durant wear?
32.
Who is the head coach of the Sacramento Kings?
Brown. Mike Brown.
What is the name of the Warriors' home arena?
Chase Center.
Oh, sorry. What team has won more championships, the Bulls or the Heat?
The Bulls.
Who is the commissioner of the NBA?
Adam Silver.
What year was Steph Curry drafted?
Oh, we just talked 2015.
2009. Do the Lakers have a mascot?
No.
Sorry. What number did Tim Duncan wear?
Zero.
Oh, no, sorry. Who is the Hornets' all-time leading scorer?
Kemba Walker.
How old is Zion Williamson?
He is 23.
That is correct.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Oh my
Closes it
God.
out.
Jeez.
Nicely done.
fuck yeah.
Wow. Good job.
It's a confident guess.
Yes, you got it. All righty. Trey, sorry, I know that was hard to keep up with all my
8.
X's and my accidental
I got 8 of those right?
Yes.
Baby.
Let's
Man.
go. 200.
50 per.
Damn.
Nicely done.
Is it 50 or 25?
That was a lot better than I thought I was going to do, but that was a lot of assistance from Michael.
see if I can
25.
follow up on that.
25.
Yeah, 25.
Nice.
25. I'm about to. All right, Trey, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. 60-ish seconds on the clock. Let me scroll up to the right question. Trey, begin. Where was Chauncey Billups born?
Boulder, Colorado. Or Denver, Colorado.
Who is the current head coach of the Raptors?
Raptors. Nick Nurse.
Nope.
Oh.
Darko Rajakovic. Who holds the record for most assists in an NBA game?
Oh. Steve Nash.
Nope. Scott Skiles. What is the record for most assists in an NBA game? Stop.
Hey.
15.
Nope. What? 30.
Oh.
What year did Scott Skiles set the record for most assists in an NBA game?
1989.
Oh. Nope. 1990.
Ooh.
What is the name of the Houston Rockets mascot?
Oh. Rocco.
Nope. Clutch the Rocket Bear.
All right.
How tall is Jordan Poole?
Jordan Poole is 6'4".
How old is Jordan Poole?
Jordan Poole is 24.
What is Jordan Poole's birthday?
Jordan Poole's birthday is September 18th.
June 19th. How many teams did Steven Jackson play for?
He played for 6 teams.
8. Where does Muggsy Bogues live currently?
Muggsy Bogues, I'm going to guess Charlotte.
That is correct.
Oh my God, are you
At the buzzer. Well
yeah.
done.
Nice
Nicely
job,
done,
Trey.
my
Did I get
friend.
4.
That was awesome.
Good job.
That's 4 more than I'm about to get. 'Cause I can already tell that's the fucking thing.
What are you talking about? I'm about to go easy on you.
You didn't go in order. You started over here. I know that these are gonna suck.
I don't know what you're talking about. If anything, I'm setting up with questions that will help you get points. Ready?
No.
Okay. How many career minutes has Thomas Bryant played?
I'm gonna go with 5,403.
4,546. How many numbers have the Charlotte Hornets retired?
2.
Nope. 1. Who is the Sacramento Kings GM?
Yeah. Okay.
Nope. Rob Blake. How old is Chris Humphries?
43.
Nope. 38. How tall is Chris Humphries?
6'10.
Nope. 6'9. What high school did Chris Humphries attend?
Belton High School.
Nope. Hopkins High. What is Chris Humphries' mother's name?
Betty.
Nope. Deborah. Who was Chris Humphries' 3rd head coach in the NBA?
Ty Lue.
Nope. Rick Carlisle. On January 11th, 2010, the Dallas Mavericks traded Chris Humphries to the New Jersey Nets in exchange for what player?
Richard Jefferson.
Nope. Eduardo Najera. If you were to travel by car from the Mavericks home arena and American Airlines Center in Dallas to the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, what would be the 4th turn you would make on your trip?
Like the direction?
What would be the 4th direction in your Google Maps, you'd say?
It would be a left.
You would turn right onto Harry Hines Boulevard. That is it. Oh, man. Bummer, you didn't get any of those? Wow, that's so surprising.
I'll be honest with you, that's my fault.
You were so close on a couple of them.
That's my fault.
I thought the Harry Hines
You
would
look
be an
like
easy
Razor
one.
Ramon. And if anybody, not wrestling fans, never mind.
We gotta have a
I
rapid
don't.
trivia for you sometime.
It's happened before. It's happened a couple times.
Oh, he got none of them right.
Yeah, it's happened a couple times.
Yeah.
Because he did what I just did.
Yeah.
He was out to get me. That's okay. That's fair.
That's not a big deal.
So what do we finish that game with there then, Just?
Bob and George got 200 points.
Mm-hmm.
Trey got 100 points.
Wow.
I didn't get any points. You didn't get any points.
I didn't. But that's okay. We should probably figure out what we're going to do with those bets in. Props to you.
Alrighty. Now, Bob's not here. He's got 600 points. We don't have a bet for him. It's okay.
I got a bet for him.
Trey, you've got 3,000 points. You're 500 points behind Michael.
500.
You have decided to take the Cavs over the Knicks on Wednesday. How many points are you going to bet?
500 behind. God.
Yeah, it really came back on you.
Let's go 1,000.
1,000. Odd, but an option. I've got 7,700 points. I've got the Nuggets over the Wolves on Wednesday. I'm also going to bet 100 points. Hey, Michael.
Yes. I will take the Hawks over the Wizards on Wednesday as well. And golly, Trey, I'm sorry. What did you just put down?
1,000.
I put 1,000.
Give me 500, please.
Shooting for the tie.
Gotta be strategic.
Hey, George.
Hi.
You've got the Heat over the Nets. You've got a humdrum total of 600 points.
650 points.
650 because you have the 50. Yeah. 650 points.
Ooh, if I bet these and lose on this game, do I lose my all-time
Yes.
points as well? Okay, I think I'm just gonna not move them at all.
No, you have to make a bet.
You have to make a bet.
Bet 50 points.
Have at least 100 points.
Of 100 points on the Nets over.
You don't want to go for first?
You can't.
I cannot.
And, I mean,
You got to start
Even
somewhere.
even if I bet all of my points, I would not be there.
All right, fine.
yeah, you would. The best you could do would be 4.
I'll give you 70 to 1 odds.
You'll give me 70 to 1?
No, no, he will not. Overruled. No, you will not do
Then
that.
let's do it.
No, obviously not. Okay.
100 points.
So you can at least climb up there to. You put 100 points down.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even jump a place if you're right.
Okay, all-time leaderboard, where am I at?
I can show you. Right here.
Just tell me how many points I need.
You would need. So you're at
Yeah,
650 at the moment.
150 is what I would
150 to tie Jokic Joestar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so 200.
Okay, there you go.
do
You know
more
what?
than
There you
time.
go. Have
There you
some,
go.
have some faith in yourself.
Hey, as Trey says, be conservative and then bet it all.
That's his motto.
That is his motto. He do be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now,
He do
again, go to yaybasketball.com for exclusive YB merch. We've got t-shirts, mugs, hats, stickers, and hoodies with a bunch of great designs. Here's a look at some of them. Wow, look at that hat. Don't you want one? I'll put it on my wig head. And I got a mug. And we got t-shirts, whatever. It's a whole bunch of stuff. Yaybasketball.com for exclusive YB merch. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. We do appreciate it. As always, be sure to go to the like button and then subscribe, share with friends, rate 5 stars, and follow us at EA_basketball on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram.
Add me on the ground.
And just a reminder, we are streaming
Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live
from the A studio. George, a married man, what do you have for the people?
If you're in doubt, you should just lock it up, everybody.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Oh, what?
What did you say?
Oh, what did you say? I couldn't hear you.
Can you turn me up in the headphones, please?
Yeah, ring.
My
Oh,
wife's
who is
calling.
Justin, anything for the folks?
You know what? I'm just happy we have actual NBA to talk about. That's fun.
Yeah,
it's
me
such a good time.
effing
You know
too.
what I mean? I'm really upset though
Why?
because we didn't talk about how much the Lakers suck this entire episode.
Moving on.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Move on.
All right, they beat the Suns and then lost an overtime game to the
They beat the
Kings
Suns,
by-
who didn't have 2 of their 3 best players
Dog.
by
We haven't even
5.
seen Beal yet.
Take.
We haven't
There's
even seen
2
Beal.
games. There's 2 games, Justin.
And they look awful.
How do they look
No,
awful?
They don't.
They look awful. How's Austin
They-
Reeves look? I
they
told
do
I
not
told he was
look
going to average 20 points a
awful.
game.
Yeah, see,
I
this is why we
got
didn't do
told
it.
They
Gabe
do
Vincent
not
it
look
was going to be
awful.
awesome.
Trey, anything for the people?
I got
Yeah, I wanted to shout out Klay Thompson, who passed Jamal Crawford for 10th all time and made threes last night.
Shout out Clay.
So, shout out Klay.
Shout out to the Splash Brother. What else you got?
Shout out DeMar DeRozan. I know we kind of crapped all over the Bulls, but he passed Larry Bird all time in
go.
points.
Oh, wow. What?
Or he's about to.
Larry
like
Bird
50
all
points.
time in points.
Holy
DeMar
crap.
DeRozan did?
I didn't know
something like that.
I didn't know Larry
He's
Bird
like-
was such a scrub.
Is that true?
Thank you so much for listening, everybody. We do appreciate it.
I'm never wrong,
We love you so much. We will be back next week with a Bob in tow. George, thank you so much for joining us in Bob's stead.
Problem.
We really do appreciate you. We love you guys. We'll see you next week. Enjoy the basketball. Don't forget, yay basketball.